starting something new, like starting a creative business or putting your art onto Instagram for the first time, is really scary. There's a lot of uncertainty that your mind probably brings up. Am I good enough? I don't have enough experience. I'm not sure how to do it. These are all fears that are holding us back from going after what we want in life and in business. Spoiler alert, if you wait until you feel ready, you're not going to start. I've studied human psychology for years, and since starting a business, I've studied successful entrepreneurs and artists to find out what makes them different. And let me tell you, not a single one of them had it all figured out at the beginning. So today I'm going to cover why you should start before you feel ready to. First thing is that starting before you feel ready means that you get to learn what works and what doesn't work along the way. This might sound really scary, and you might think that experts and people that you admire in your industry have always been experts. And the truth of it is that just isn't the case. Take Marie Forleo as an example. She was 23 when she started her life coaching business, and she talks all the time about having the doubt that who was she at 23 to be coaching people decades older than her when she is so young. But she had a dream and a vision of what she wanted to do and what her life was going to look like, and she went after it and she figured it out along the way, and now she is fantastically successful. She's a multi-millionaire. She has written books. She figured it out by getting out of her comfort zone and figuring it out along the way, including making mistakes. Often I hear clients say, I can't start this until I take this course, or until I have this much work behind me, or X, Y, and Z. There's a number of different reasons that people give for not starting something. And it's something that I've fallen foul of earlier in my creative business journey as well. I said to myself, I can't start until I have it all figured out. And I was convinced that I had to be perfect before I could put my art and my coaching out into the world. But all that did was leave me stuck in inaction and not doing anything. And that, although doing something before you feel ready is a risk, staying static is a risk as well, because then you can feel frustrated that you're not making any progress and you're not going anywhere, and that can compound the feelings that you are not good enough, you're not worthy enough, you don't know enough. Getting started before you feel ready and taking small regular action also creates momentum, which then gets you further and further towards the end goal where you want to be. Feeling that you have to be perfect is going to keep you stuck. Perfection is the enemy. Feeling that you have to be perfect is going to keep you stuck. Perfection is the enemy. You can keep saying to yourself, I can't start until I have a plan, until I have it all figured out. And some of that could be a genuine process that you need to have a plan and a structure, and I absolutely agree with that. But ask yourself whether you do need everything planned out before you start. Probably not, because you can figure things out as you go along. At some point, it might be that you're procrastinating, putting off starting something under the guise of needing a plan and having it all figured out. The best experience you can get is by doing it, by just starting. Mistakes are magic. You can learn so much from mistakes, and business is tough, and it takes a lot of perseverance, and there is always an element of risk in having your own business. But instead of seeing risk as failure, instead of seeing things not working out as a failure, look at them as a lesson to be learned. It's an opportunity to try something, see if it works, and if not, to adjust it and pivot and improve. And there's an awful lot you can learn from failures. Another thing about starting before you feel ready is that you're not going to know if you're capable of something unless you give it a try. Giving it a go helps you realise your potential. It's only if we give up and don't move forward does it mean that it's been a failure. Studying successful artists and entrepreneurs, not a single one of them had everything planned out at the beginning, because they've pivoted and adjusted and tweaked things over the life of their business. They've adjusted as different circumstances in the world and personally have come up, and it's that adaptability and able to adjust that has made them be successful and still have a business where others might have given up. Starting before you're ready gets you out of your comfort zone and into a growth zone. Growth doesn't happen when you stay in your comfort zone and where you feel. Growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. It happens when you step outside of that comfort zone, challenge yourself. And taking imperfect action is far better than taking no action at all. You're not going to be an expert the first time you do something. I put off doing videos on YouTube for the longest time, and I remember watching another creator say that the first 100 times you do something, it's going to be shocking. It's only after those 100 times, when you keep doing it, that things start to improve. So if you don't start, it's never going to get better. You're not going to give yourself the opportunity to learn and improve and get better. Starting before you're ready proves your purpose, that you have something beautiful that you want to get out into the world. If you keep that hidden and don't start putting it out into the world, nobody's going to see it apart from you. And you're not going to start that momentum that will get you the success that you're after. And just because you might have started out being a cartoon artist, this doesn't mean that you're committed to it forever, that is what you're going to do for the rest of your career. You can always pivot as your skills and your style and your interests develop. So if you have a passion and a burning desire to create art and put it out into the world, go ahead and do it. You'll figure out the little itty bitty details as you go along. Remember that nobody had it all figured out when they started. Nobody has it all figured out even when they are earning 6 or 7 figures from their artwork. Everybody's learning all the time, but the difference between people who are successful and those that aren't is that those who are successful have started and they have learnt along the way. So my advice is to have a look around at the people that you think are successful in your industry and who you admire, and listen to their stories, listen to how they started out and how they've grown and developed over time. Figure out how they've made that happen. What is it about them that has allowed them the success that you're after? And I can guarantee part of that will be because they've started before they felt ready. So don't think of success and failure as black and white. Failure is part of the process, and it's an opportunity for learning rather than a reflection on you as a person. It doesn't mean that you're not able to, it's just a learning process. Take imperfect action. You will grow and grow and grow. Staying static is not where you want to be. And to grow, you need to get out of your comfort zone. So I hope you found this useful. Comment below with people that inspire you and what you've learned from them. And just remember, you're not alone. I'm here behind you every step of the way. And I fully believe that you can do this.